Hey guys, Duel back with another what if, and I figured I'd change it up a little bit. I've been doing purely what if Nagi's had the showering gun recently, and I figured let's change it up a bit. And I was thinking watched recently, I watched Pacific Rim Into the Black, and I really liked it. And I've had Jaegers and the topic of Pacific Rim on my mind a lot recently. So I said, fuck it, let's do a what if. And because of timeline wise, and I didn't really want to do another Nagisa what if right now, hell, I might change it if I get 3 comments and that y'all want me to change it. I'll completely restart this what if and make it a what if Nagisa was in Pacific Rim. But at least 3 comments that are from different people. Yeah, so yeah. And I still got that rattle in my throat occasionally from the strep throat. But yeah. It's gonna be what if Deku was in Pacific Rim. I also want to thank you guys for getting us to at current time, which is 6 a.m. And no, it is a Saturday, and I'm up at 6 a.m. because I don't have a life. Let's get on to the what if. So yeah, pretty much Deku's parents in this. Oh yeah, and quirks aren't a thing. Yeah, quirks are something that's so rare that it's pretty much swapped between the chances of you not getting a quirk or now the chances if you are getting a quirk. So the percentage of you getting a quirk are very low, and not pretty much nobody has them. It's a very rare case. But kaiju are a thing, and that's where quirks came from. Yeah. So Jaegers are the main form of protection, not people with quirks. Jaegers. And if you're wondering why Obsidian Fury, which is going to be a certain person's Jaeger in this, is in the thumbnail, then you'd be assuming right because that is not his Jaeger. That is his Jaeger's model, but his Jaeger's name is Titan Hero. Don't judge me. I thought the name was cool. I still think the name's cool. And I know it doesn't sound as cool as Saber Athena or Gypsy Danger, but Titan Hero's gonna rise. You'll see. Deku's a special case, though. He was born with a quirk, just not one people could see or he could use. Deku's quirk in this is called. I never really thought through this, but solo. He has enough brain power to operate an entire. What's the word? If he could spread his brain across, he can pretty much solo means he can pretty much pilot the mech by himself. So he is the only person without ghost drifting who can pilot the mech, or the Jaeger. That is Titan, a hero. It was custom made especially for a solo drifter, and Deku was because Deku's parents were the pilots of November Ajax. They trained him at a young age, strictly, not allowing him any free time to play, anything like that. So now that's the backstory. I'm gonna get into the what if now. So Deku's born in a hospital like every other child. And due to the fact that was considered from birth to be one of the most intelligent what's the word? Prepubescent children in the world. He took countless tests against countless people and never scored lower due to his quirk, which was then diagnosed solo as a person who could take on anything on his own. Deku's name in this was Izuku. I don't want to think of something new right now. But his name is Izuku, and his parents gave him the nickname Deku because they thought he could do anything. So he pretty much abolished his given name for the name his parents gave him out of his pride for being recognized by two of the greatest pilots he could think he could see, the pilots of November Ajax. Now, his parents, even though they loved him very much, they were always outdone by Gypsy, whether it be Gypsy Danger or Gypsy Avenger. They never were able to take the spotlight. And when the pilot of Gypsy, by the way, I'm changing the pilot of Gypsy Danger, the original pilot, from a boy and a guy to a boy and a girl. When they had a kid, they immediately said, you know what? Fuck our duties. Fuck it all. And what they did was, they retired as a part of the National Guard. They would take control of November Ajax if and only if a kaiju attacked. So they kept their military privileges, but were completely dedicated to training Izuku. He was given incredibly harsh physical training, and due to the ability of Solo, he drifted with countless people, and none of them could match him in the cockpit. His parents began to fear that his mind was too strong for anybody else to comprehend. Therefore, he could never drift with anybody, or he couldn't be a pilot. But then they tried something. They tried to drift him with two people. Something that's been done before. I'm going to go until it's at 5%. It's been tried before, and it's worked. But they're wondering if it could split up the backlash. So they tried it, and Izuku's mind overpowered two people. Two fully grown adults. So they got to thinking, if Izuku's mind was stronger than two fully grown adults, could he pilot the mech by himself? So, being completely power-hungry adults, they took the 6-year-old Izuku, who has only ever been trained in Jaeger combat, up to November Ajax, strapped him in. Now, of course, this was in the Rockies, very far away from the mainland, and they sat down in the pretty much cargo hold of the November Ajax as they watched Izuku climb into the pilot seat. He did it with flying colors. He activated the operation system easily. But once the Neuralink was established, a warning symbol popped up on November's screen. A Category 4 kaiju was attacking. Now, the original pilots of November Ajax tried to unbuckle their seatbelts immediately, but because Deku was in the Neuralink, the AI was not allowing them to. Now, Deku being trying to be a heroic kid ever since he was born, pretty much, realizes what he has to do. He can either dislodge himself from the Neuralink, it'll probably take 5 minutes, and the entire city will be destroyed. Or, he can fight himself. Now, I don't know if you didn't know this, but Deku's not a pussy in this. So what Deku does is, he then runs straight from the Rockies down to the city. He's fighting. I need to go find some kaiju. This is the kaiju that was attacking the city. Now, Deku is currently piloting November Ajax, and he's fucking bolting it to the city. His parents are fucking screaming at him to stop and get and fucking disengage Neuralink. The AI is not listening because they're not piloting. And as Deku reaches the edge of the city, the kaiju sees him. Or November Ajax. Deku immediately attempts to engage weaponry, as he doesn't know the particulars of this mech. He doesn't know the weapons in November Ajax. He wasn't trained in this particular mech's combat style. But he was trained in martial arts. So, Deku raises his hands. He is ready to fucking box. Deku then edges the kaiju on by nudging it to come at him. The kaiju bolts towards him with its giant horns. As it's about to clip him, he moves to the side, and with his elbow, he hooks it around the kaiju's neck and fucking rips its head from its shoulders, diverting all power to the arms and legs to push upwards at the same time. After ripping the kaiju's head off the shoulders, he throws it to the ground and disengages the Neuralink. His parents are in fucking awe. I mean, their son at age 6 just took down a Category 3 kaiju with a single move. It was a melee attack, no less, with his hands. Now they're scared of what he can do to a person. So, what they do is, they applaud him. They shower him with praise, because he not only piloted a Jaeger by himself, but this motherfucker just took down a Category 3 Jaeger at 6. Not Category 3 Jaeger, oh my god. Category 3 Kaiju. I'm so sorry if I say something dumb in this. What if I don't write? I stopped writing these so long ago, it got really boring. Yeah. I write for fun sometimes, though. But, yeah. After taking down the kaiju, Deku disengages the Neuralink, and they unbuckle the seatbelt immediately and run over to Deku to see if he's alright. Deku's mom, which we're gonna name Sarah. I've had Terminator in my thing this entire time. I wanted to name Deku Connor. I did. I'm not gonna lie. I watched H2O Delirious's playthrough of the season 6 event. Yeah. I saw the Terminators in that. I've been thinking it's the fucking Terminator all day. But yeah. Okay. But yeah, sorry, I didn't know what was going on, so I just paused and pulled up the thumbnail. So now, as Sarah runs over to the young Izuku and touches his cheek, she asks, "Did I do something wrong?" She starts to cry a little bit, and then she says, "No, honey, you did nothing wrong." Now, his dad, on the other hand, is in the background fucking pumping it up like, my son just fucking killed category 3 at age 6. Top of that, Gypsy. He legit wants to scream, "Top that, Gypsy," out of the columns of the fucking. He legit wants to scream it out of the columns. Now, after this, Deku is taken to the. I forget the name of the compound. LVJ? I can't remember. He's taken to headquarters, and they go over the pilot footage. And they determine that in 6 years, Deku will be legally allowed, this is a special case determined by the government, to pilot a specially made mech. Solo. Should I rename the mech to Titan Solo? Maybe Solo Hero. Let's go with that. Yeah, it's not gonna be Titan Hero anymore, it's gonna be Solo Hero. That has a ring to it. Yeah. So, they give him a jacket that's a green. Nah, we're just gonna ditch the whole green thing, because I can't find a way to fit that in here, other than the fact his hair is green. But they give him a jacket that says Solo on it, because his mech's, he had to pick the name of his mech, and he chose Solo Hero. He's always had the heroic ideals, and the fact that he took on the kaiju by himself is never revealed to the public. And the public doesn't know he has a quirk either. And if you're wondering whose Gypsy kid, whose kid is Gypsy's, then I'm not telling you. You can fuck right off, because you guys don't get to know who's Deku's rival is. And so, the first 2 years at the academy, where he is trained in piloting the Jaeger, he fucking smokes all of the adults. Like, there's no competition. And when the 3rd year starts, he's introduced to Todoroki Shoto, Momo Yaoyorozu. Who should I make the 3rd and 4th? Really contemplating who I should make these next characters, because there's a lot of options. If you couldn't tell, it's around 6 a.m. and I haven't slept in a while. God. But yeah. Let's say the third is Kirishima. Say the last is Mina, but she doesn't have pink skin. What would that look like? Oh God. What does Mina look like with regular skin and no horns? Would Shoto still have white and red hair? Yeah, he would. He would. Would Froppy still have... Would Froppy still have that arthritis in her wrists? Wait, probably shouldn't have said that out loud. I'm just saying this. Froppy tops Uraraka in the waifu scale of My Hero for me. Her attitude, that's what does it. Not only that, but she has a good sense of casual fashion. Yeah, I don't want to hear this. Either way, he's introduced to Momerizu. Fuck. I think I said Todoroki Shoto. Yeah, we're gonna scratch that. He's introduced to Bakugo Katsuki, Momerizu, Mina Ashita, and... What would Tokiyami look like without his fucking bird head? Kirishima. Yeah. Kirishima, Mina, Bakugo, and Momo. And they're all introduced. Right off the bat, Momo walks up to Deku and shakes his hand. She asks, she says, "Nice to meet you. My name is Momo Yaoyorozu. I am a third year in the Jaeger training course. In the Jaeger Scout Regiment. No. In the Jaeger Cadet Corps. Bakugo, Kirishima, and Mina do the same. And Bakugo then walks up to Deku and says, "You're Ajax, kid, aren't you?" Deku being 8. No, Deku's 9. Nods his head. Bakugo then smirks. "I'm gypsies. It's good to finally meet you. We'll be seeing a lot of each other." He then realizes that he is Gypsy Avenger's kid. And if you're wondering, how is that possible? We're aging people up. And if you're wondering, Momo's the daughter of Saber Athena. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't really want to go into the other ones. But Saber Athena is Momo's mom. Well, the pilot. And if there isn't a mom, there is now, because we're changing genders. It's now mandatory that it's a boy and a girl inside the Jaeger. Now, they ask where Deku's team member is, and he looks strange. Because then Bakugo says, "Yeah, all of us have been trained together since we were kids. Help us to develop stronger neural links." Deku then realizes that Solo is fucking him up. He then says, "Oh, he's in the hospital. He went to a coma about 4 weeks ago." Bakugo then laughs and says, So I see that Ajax Kid is already crippled. Well, Doesn't matter. You'd lose either way. No one outdoes Gypsy. He then says, Mina's mine. Kirishima's his Momo. He nods, and they all go to their core room. It's the only scout regiment. I keep saying scout regiment because it sounds natural, because anime. And because Pacific Rim isn't naturally an anime until Into the Black. Which is, if you didn't know, on Netflix. You should go check it out. It's really good. I'm not just saying that, but I'm considering you clicked on this video. You're looking for giant robots in anime. And that anime is about giant robots. And then they're fighting monsters? I mean, what even is that? It's like exactly what you're looking for. But you should finish this video first. Like and subscribe. Did I say that already? Probably not, because I'm not a sellout that much. Don't you guys just love how my voice is cracking every 4 seconds? But, yeah. Either way. So, they're the only 5-member cadet corps. And it kind of makes Bakugo feel weird. Even though they are technically the Class 1A of cadets. Still. Now, they spent a year, and Bakugo, Kirishima, and Deku got pretty tight. They are at the point where they go to each other for advice. The only one who's hesitant is Bakugo. He always acts like he has something to prove, even when Deku beats him at everything, including the tests, the physicals. Hell, his body's even more ripped. So, Bakugo's always got a pissed off mood. And now it's the final day of their 3rd year. Well, no, it's the end of the 4th year. This is when they'll be getting their cadet license. Minus Deku, because he still doesn't have a co-pilot. Actually, let's push that back to where it'll be 2 years in the future. So, now, give me a second to think of what the event should be. It's Deku's birthday, and his parents are coming to visit. Now, when his parents come to visit for his birthday, the entire class is already celebrating. Deku's eating his cake, and through the door, he feels a hand on his shoulder. He looks up to see his dad. He's then pulled into another room, and he's handed a tag. It says, Solo Hero. He then says, it's in Hangar 5. It's yours. It's all done. Deku's eyes widen up, and he says, Hero? His dad nudges him as he runs to Hangar 5. Full speed. This motherfucker makes it there, zooming. And, when he opens the hangar, he sees Hero, which is the lovely Obsidian Fury model you see over here. His then dad walks up in behind him and says, it's modeled after the Jaeger Obsidian Fury. It was a biomech back in the Uprising War. But we managed to copy down its model. If Kaiju thought it was this impressive, then I guess it's good. His dad then has a little thought in the back of his mind. Not only that, but this mech was once able to take out Gypsy. He may have lost to him in the end, but my son's piloting now, not some stupid Kaiju. Little does Deku know, that this thing is legit the exact Obsidian Fury, except it was completely cleaned out. Completely. I mean, they fucking torched the place. And it's a solo rig. He walks in, it's a single neural link with the most advanced AI ever. Dual blades, fucking sharpened knuckles, because they know he likes to do hand-to-hand. Fucking wrist cannons. Not only that, but they have boosters on the legs for extra speed, and for kicks. He then hugs his dad and says, "Thanks, Dad. It's the best gift ever." His dad smiles a bit, pats his head, thinking, we should have gave him a childhood, not just training. Starting to grow more and more attached to the child that used his weapon. Now, after this, he decides to ask, where's Mom? His dad looks down a bit in shame and says, she's not coming back. After he says she's not coming back, Deku drops the plate. It said, hero. Solo hero. And then he says, what do you mean? His dad says, she died in the last fight we were in. Category 4 attacked, and it took out her side. We couldn't even recover her body. When, he says, 16 hours ago. He looks up at his dad and asks, why are you not scratched at all? He then says, it only took her. Deku then picks up the plate as a giant boom goes off in the background and shakes the entire compound. Momo runs in and says, the fuck? And then snaps out of it and says, a kaiju attacked. It's a category 5. 5? What do you mean? I don't know. It's a new one. It's a new breed. The Deku then says, I'll remember this. And jumps in then jumps in solo hero. You know what? I can't call it I can't call it solo hero anymore because his quirk's called solo. I'm just gonna call the mech Titan. He then jumps in Titan and suits up. Neuralink established. Commencing drop off. Opening hangar. The hangar opens and Deku is met with a monstrous kaiju. And that's where we're gonna end off here. If you did like this, what if, like, comment, subscribe. And my battery's at 2%. That's the only reason I'm ending it here. Not to mention, it's a cliffhanger, am I right? But, yeah. It was good being here, and I'm really glad I made this. I was kind of getting bored of the What If Nagisa Sharingan, but it is still continuing. And hopefully going strong. I'll probably get back to it in about maybe a week or two, but till then I'm going to be doing this. Like I said, if you guys want me to switch up the character who's playing it, whether it be Nagisa, Belle, fucking name the character you want it to be. If I get 3 comments that say the same character, I'll flip a coin. I mean, I don't know. But yeah, this was What If Deku was in Pacific Rim. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye, demons. Duel out.